Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's vlog, I decided to go ahead and talk about cloth diapering. I feel like I've had so many people comment on anything like my Instagram or just like friends that actually know me and know that I cloth diaper, and they ask me so many questions. So I decided to finally go ahead and make a video on it. The only reason why I didn't want to make a video on it is because I feel like making a video on something so simple might make it more complicated. And I know that probably doesn't make sense to you, but the reason why I say that is because there's so many people out there, I realize, who actually think cloth diapering is complicated. And I genuinely don't understand why. And then I looked back at the like Pinterest pins that I saved and the videos that I looked at in the beginning before I had my daughter, and I was like, I guess it's because there's so many different types of cloth diapers and so many different ways to like wash them and directions and whatever it might be, and then there's so many different people saying different things, so I didn't want to make it any worse out there. But today's the day that I decided to just go ahead and make this video. The brand that I typically use for cloth diapers is Mama Koala. I have Alpha Baby diapers as well, but I realized after going through all of my cloth diaper stash, I ended up with a lot more Mama Koala than anything. So if you're wondering how I chose this brand, it's very simple. I went on Amazon, I typed in 4+ stars cloth diapers, and I bought any 6-pack that had 4 stars or more. I did not go in and decide on what kind of cloth diapers I didn't like look at, okay, you can get cloth diapers that have built-in inserts versus whatever. I just knew that I wanted the ones that would be the best reviews on Amazon, that I could easily get online because we don't really have any stores here that sell them, and that I knew would I knew that I wanted ones that snapped, because I had worked in a daycare before and I had a baby that I took care of that actually had cloth diapers, and hers snapped, and I thought that was like really easy because as she was growing it was easy. So to show you which kind I'm talking about, this is a Mama Koala cloth diaper. This is the inside. Here's the little label, and it has an insert hole, just one insert hole that goes all the way down to this side. It's like to the other end of the diaper, and it says on the diaper, on the tag, it says one size. So they do make newborn sized cloth diapers, but I didn't actually buy any because I knew chances are my baby isn't going to be newborn size forever, and I didn't think she was going to be that small of a baby. So to reassure you on the sizing, I had a 7-pound 14-ounce daughter when she was born. That's how much she weighed. Now she's like, I think she's about like 18 pounds. And so when I was in the hospital, we used the diapers that they gave us, which I think was like a newborn version of Pampers, I believe. And so as soon as we left the hospital, at first we were like, should we go out and buy a box of newborn diapers just in case these don't fit? And we were like, nah, let's just try it and see how it goes. So I put one on her and they fit her fine. I felt like it looked a little big, but with all the snaps adjusted correctly, it ended up being fine. So all I had to make sure to do was snap this center one, and the center row to the bottom to make it the shortest and the smallest that it could be. So I just snapped it this way so the whole middle section met up with the bottom section, and then I had this as tight as it needed to be to where you could still, on her, when it's on her, you could put 4 fingers in flat and feel it. Kind of like when you do the 2-finger rule for like a dog collar or cat collar. It's the same thing, but it's 4 fingers for a baby. And the reason why I like Mama Koala is because they have these inserts that snap. So for instance, whenever she was wearing her diapers that little, you could actually snap this insert and make it a lot smaller, and then you stuck it inside and it was not so like squished, bundled up in ways that would make you think that she might have like a wedgie in there. So you just stick the insert right into the diaper, and you obviously put this underneath your baby. The side without the snaps is where the bottom of it, the back of the diaper, would be your baby's bottom. You just adjust the snaps accordingly to your child. And now you have a nice full cloth diaper. I did notice that I prefer whenever the super like scrunched up side, the like folded over part of the insert for these diapers was in the back, because I felt like that was more absorbent, and the way that she must have been like laying and sitting and things, it was like where it seemed like most of the pee was going. But as far as like leaking, I've had a few leaks out of the side because I didn't have it snapped, you know, far enough over in the beginning, and that was just me trying to make sure that this wasn't going to be too tight on her legs, and that was just me figuring it out, of course. And then I also had a few blowouts, but her pediatrician said blowouts happen all the time because, especially like breast milk babies, apparently their milk just being how liquidy it is, like no matter what diaper they have, sometimes it just happens. So I guess there was no way around that. But I will say, one time we went on a trip and we had to put diapers on her. So we got Hello Bello diapers because we knew that they were advertised to be like partially plant-based or something. And we were using Hello Bello wipes. And we took her on a road trip, and like she was only in her diaper for 3 hours, pooped in the car, and it blew out all over the back of her. I mean, like up to her neck. And that actually has never happened with us in the cloth diapers. So we were like, oh my gosh, is this gonna happen like the whole trip? It was when we were evacuating, so we didn't know how long we were gonna be. So we didn't pack her cloth diapers because we didn't want to do like the laundry at someone else's house. But anyways, we wish we packed them, basically, is the moral of the story. And my uncle, whose house we were staying at, was totally fine with the idea of us washing them there, so we should have just brought them. Now that you understand like the concept of all the snaps on the front, I feel like you can easily practice this. So if you're pregnant and you don't have a baby with you yet, just get a like stuffed animal or something and just practice the snaps. But I'm telling you, you don't even really need to do that. That's like complicating it. That's just for someone like me who might have been like an overthinker in the beginning. As soon as you get your baby inside this diaper, you will see and know exactly how it looks and feels. You will like understand what I'm saying. You will know that it's right if it's right. And honestly, what's a leak or two if you don't get it right the first 1 or 2 times? I feel like that's bound to happen regardless. Babies can be pretty gross. The rumor is that I hear that cloth diapering is gross. Well, I don't really understand how changing a diaper isn't gross in general. You always have to be in your diaper at some point if you have a baby. Whether it's cloth or not cloth, it's disgusting. When you go out in public and you change your baby, or you're on a road trip and you change your baby and you're in the car, I mean, you still have to keep the diaper in your car until you get somewhere to throw it away, unless, you know, you're like already at the place where you change them, right? So regardless, cloth diapering and diapering in general is a nasty thing. The thing about cloth diapering is you have options with keeping it depending on like your level of grossness. With cloth diapers, you have the option to put a liner that would be placed right here on the top layer of the diaper, and it can help with like collecting poop. So the best thing about that, now that she does solids, and these are the ones I got are advertised to be biodegradable, by the way. So the reason why I like these when she started eating some purees is because she has like solid poop now, so I can literally just grab it and toss it. And another thing is that whenever she had the more like liquidy poops, if I knew I was going to go out in public somewhere, even though I had my wet bag with me, I would put a liner in the diaper that day, knowing that I was going out in public. Then I would just dump that one in the trash can and then just put the diaper in my wet bag, knowing that I didn't have anywhere to rinse the cloth diaper, because I didn't want to like take the time to rinse it out in the sinks, especially because a lot of those like public restroom sinks don't look like they have the best drain system, I feel like, and it's not my appliance, so I don't want to mess it up. So there are options if you don't want to deal with the diaper being like super full and you want to like be able to throw that out. The liner would be a good option for you, or you can just avoid the liner, and whenever they start pooping solids, you can literally just like go like this over the toilet, shake it out. Or if you're out somewhere in public, somewhere random that doesn't have a toilet, just shake it out into a trash can, the little poops. And if she's having he is having a liquidy poop because he is still at that stage, or if that's just the kind of poop that your baby has, then you just take it home with you in the wet bag, and if you want to, you can rinse it, which I have a toilet connector like sprayer thing that I got whenever I was pregnant. We actually barely use it, but that's what you would use to like rinse your diaper off. You could do it anywhere else in the house, it really doesn't matter. I just thought that that would be a little bit better, like, so I don't have to do it in a sink or anything, but it's so easy to clean up. So it's not nearly as gross as people think. But anyways, I feel like I just want to shut down the rumor that cloth diapering is gross, because all diapering is disgusting. Who cares? Like, we have babies and babies are gross most of the time. So let's be real. Another thing that I hear a lot is that my husband won't let me cloth diaper. So I get it. Whenever you have a baby, you guys have to make your decisions together. Of course, I totally respect that. But I can tell you that knowing how long it takes to have like a regular diaper go into that's in the landfill to actually like go away. I think it says it's like 500 years for any diaper to be disposed in the landfill. So that's a lot of freaking diapers that you're using throughout that year. And if you're someone who's like pro cloth diapering and your husband or partner is not, then why don't you just make a deal that you get a handful of cloth diapers off Amazon, you cloth diaper when you're taking care of the baby, and then whenever it's his time or her time to take care of the baby, then he can choose or she can choose whatever diaper they prefer. And that way you're saving money, one, because you're not using nearly as many disposable diapers, and two, you are still benefiting the environment. And three, my daughter has never had a diaper rash. Not saying that it can't happen, but everyone always told me before I started cloth diapering, you will rarely, if ever, see a diaper rash on that baby's bum, and it is completely true. She got a little bit of redness once on her like butt when she first had like a solid poop for the first time, but I feel like that was just from a lot of like different pushing methods that she was trying mixed with what she had as her first like solids. And two, she did have like a little yeast infection, but it was actually in a little fat roll on her thigh, so it had nothing to do with the diapers, and that was a really easy fix. So she has had things like a rash, but she's never actually had like a diaper rash. So that's very exciting and reassuring as far as cloth diapering goes. So I hope that helps you with kind of handling the whole my partner doesn't want me to cloth diaper part, because I feel like that's a very fair way to do it. And then maybe as your partner sees you cloth diapering, then they'll be actually interested in continuing it. I've had 3 or 4 friends now switch the cloth diapering here in like person that I know, after seeing like how we just do it and it's not even a hassle. And I don't know why or how that's like benefited. I don't know, maybe they just needed someone new somewhere in there to like show them, look, this is a thing, people do it in real life. Okay, so washing your baby's cloth diapers. I think this might be where people get very, very confused or make it overly complicated. It says you can wash them in hot water. So wash your diapers in hot water. You do not typically, I mean, I never do. I don't know if it's my washing machine, but I never pull the insert out before washing them. I leave it exactly how it was after she was done peeing and pooping in it, and I throw that sucker unsnapped. Obviously, I don't like re-snap it before. I throw that sucker in the washing machine, put that on like the hottest cycle, and I do no fabric softener. I just do the Hello Bello baby wash. It's like an unscented baby wash that I get from Walmart because it's like the cheapest baby wash I could find. And I put it on high and I let it do its cycle. It's like an hour and 45-minute wash. And I have washed these diapers with her clothes, and I've never had a poop stain or anything gross anywhere on her clothes. I've actually washed the cloth diapers like with my clothes and my husband's clothes. After we got like more comfortable with it, we stopped being so like picky, and we all wash our clothes in the same baby wash because my daughter has like super sensitive skin, so it's just easier that way. And we don't have any issues. So while it's washing, these usually totally separate in the wash, which is awesome because then you never had to touch like a dirty insert, and it makes it really easy for you. And what I did is I bought these like really big bags that are like wet bags, but they're like a large size, like a laundry bag, wet bag. And I put all of her cloth diapers in it. Whenever I'm done changing her, I have it hanging next to her changing station. And then instead of having to like individually grab each diaper out, I just pop my hand through like inside the bag and I just push it all into the washing machine. So I don't have to touch any of this stuff. It's so great. Same with like if I forgot to pull them out of the wet bag that we had for the day, like when we're out and about, I'll just dump that into the bag. I never, or like inside out, push it out also into the laundry. I don't ever touch dirty diapers unless I'm just like putting it into a wet bag for that moment. So once you're about to put them in the dryer, I recommend tumble dry low, or you can air dry them. So that's up to you. So I'm a little bit lazy and I just put them in the dryer on tumble dry low, and that would be, you know, probably the easiest. But you can also just pull them all out and, you know, keep them separated from whatever you're washing with it. If you're washing other things with the diapers, it's up to you how organized you are. I'm not one to separate laundry. I completely suck at that, to be honest. You can just pull them out of the washer and you can keep them separated, and you can hang dry them somewhere in your house or outside if you have a hang line, whatever they're called, dry clothing line. It's whatever way you think is easier for you. My biggest thing is just don't overcomplicate it. I know Dreft is it's like scented, I'm pretty sure, for like a baby detergent. So I actually would not recommend using that because it has fabric softener, and fabric softener would be what would like tear your diaper apart slowly. Same with your clothes. It's not actually good for your clothes either, and make it not as durable. And obviously what you want is for your diapers to last, so that way you can actually keep them forever. So to go back to the beginning, one size fits all. If your baby weighs at least 7 pounds 14 ounces like my daughter did, then chances are they will be fine in the cloth diapering. Maybe just get a handful of newborn diapers if you're really that worried about it. But I just didn't see that as worth the investment, because cloth diapering is expensive up front. But in the long run, you're like never having to go to the store to buy diapers. It's freaking awesome. I've never ever had to just be like, hey babe, we're out of diapers, we have to go get them. You know, it's cool. I always have my diapers here. I think these ones, it's like around $30 to like $40 a pack of like 6 Mama Koala diapers, I believe. I'll link everything down below for them. And also, just a tip, if you go Mama Koala on their Instagram, they're always constantly doing giveaways. So I would just always look for diaper giveaways on Instagram if you have one. And I'm sure people have them on like Facebook Marketplace. But it was a newborn and I needed a stash, what I did is I calculated I would wash every 5 days, because like I said, I'm very lazy with laundry. So for me, I needed 60 cloth diapers. It said recommended on some like chart for like how many diapers your baby would use per day as a newborn and night. So I ended up buying 70 because I became addicted to picking out patterns and buying them. And so I started out with 70 cloth diapers. And to be honest, I feel like with a baby anyways, with how many times they dirty sheets and clothes and bibs and cloth diapers and everything else that they dirty up, you're constantly doing laundry throughout the week. So I probably could have gone with a lot less. So what I would do is I would just go on a normal like page, it doesn't have to be for cloth diapering, just type in on like Pinterest or something, like a chart, how many diapers on average does a newborn wear, or go through, and then you can just like calculate how many days you'd want to wash. So I feel like on average I'm actually doing laundry every 3 days, and that's just because there's so many of us in our clothes, or just my husband works and only has like certain sets of outfits for work, and we have to wash them constantly, and then it's easy just to go ahead and do all the laundry at once. And so anyways, you'll find your flow, believe me. But that's my tip for figuring out how many to start out with. So basically, just to recap, all you need is your cloth diapers, which will come with inserts typically if you order them on Amazon like I did. I don't know if every brand does, and that's if you do the ones that have the inserts. They have ones that have built-in inserts also. Now that she's older, the reason why I also like the built-in insert or the non-built-in inserts is because I actually double up them at night, so that way when she's sleeping through the night, if she does, I don't have to wake her up to change her. That way it's like super thick and it absorbs like all the pee. So just keep that in mind also as like a little tip for me for what kind of diaper to pick out. Not complaining though, I think all cloth diapering is awesome. Oh, another thing that people always tell me is that they read that you can't put any like ointments on or anything like that, like diaper creams or whatever, while cloth diapering. And it's just like the softener. Anything that you put on a cloth diaper or any fabric in general is going to slowly like tear down that material. So yeah, it's not recommended, but I don't have to worry about that because my daughter's not getting a rash. And I have used like Aquaphor on her bottom, like the time that her, like I said, her booty got red and stuff. And obviously you don't do it enough or use it enough to need to worry about it getting damaged. I haven't seen any issues. And as far as stains go, the only time I actually stained cloth diapers is I did a wash on normal, so it wasn't like a super heavy wash, and then I dried a handful of cloth diapers on normal. Like, I wasn't even thinking, I was just like doing a laundry cycle and not even considering what I was doing, and I freaking like stained a bunch of them because, you know, once you dry something on hot heat, it just like holds the stain in. So I mean, I didn't notice any diapers actually being damaged, but I had a few of like nighttime hemp inserts, which are like just a larger insert that looks like a full cloth diaper, and you just put the shell over that, and those shrunk. So if you buy anything that's hemp, they will shrink. So just be careful with that. I just to rant here for a second, I just get so tired of people saying that it's like gross or complicated or whatever it may be, because it truly isn't. And if you just try it, like buy a pack of 6 and just try it for the day and just see how you like them, and you will see that it's really not that complicated. And think about things like this. I said I was never going to use the Nose Frida because it looked disgusting. Well, look what happened. My baby got boogers, and that little suction thing from the hospital wasn't working, so I ended up using the Nose Frida. So it's like anything that you think is gross, when it comes down to like your baby, my pets, for me even, like nothing really grosses me out, because they're just, my baby's a part of me, and I just love all of them so much that obviously I'll do anything. And this is such a better choice for their bodies, and it's a better choice for the environment, and it's such a good choice for you financially, that I just don't understand why everybody's not doing it. And I just wish more stores were more supportive with cloth diapering also, to where they actually sold like tons of different options out in public. But anyways, I'll link all the materials that I use down below, and I'm going to hope that this helped you guys. Honestly, you guys can find me on Instagram and just write me a DM if you have any questions, and you guys can also comment down below if you have any specific questions. Please share this video to anyone that you know that's pregnant and is considering cloth diapering, so they have the real information that is just like the more simplified version, I feel like. And tell everyone to don't worry and don't complicate things. I really hope that this helped, and I really enjoy making these videos for you guys with like little information items. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next vlog. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Bye guys.